Yeah, first off, I want to give a special shout out to Mark Wiseman and Will Wiseman at Brick Street. We hosted our first ever Battle of the Bricks pep rally last night there at Brick Street. Had a great turnout with students, and obviously that carried right over to tonight's game, man. Usually I go out there before about the 52-minute mark of warm-ups. I like to kind of watch both teams warm up, see kind of where we are mentally. And I can't sit in my normal seats anymore, so I got to kind of get moved. I got moved around. So, but man, just it propels our team. The student support that we're getting from the whole Miami community, man, just makes Millette one of the hardest places to play in college basketball. I mean, it is so cool. I mean, it really is. It's awesome. We had Wally Zerbiak back as well yesterday. So we've had Wally back. We've had Ron Harper back. We've had Wayne Embry. We've had a lot of former players back here over the last month or so, but it's always great to have former players back here. Got a ton of respect for Jeff Bowles and for the Ohio men's basketball program. I think he does a great job. They've been playing well here in league. I think they were fourth in the standings heading into tonight's game. And in rivalry games, you can just throw those records right out the window, right? It's a player's game. Who's going to be tougher, right? 50-50 balls, who's the first team to the floor, all right? And we wanted to set that tone right away. And give Ohio credit. I thought they made some pretty tough shots early. Pavletsky has a tendency to do that. He's a great player. But we wanted him to have an inefficient night, which, again, he scored 22 on 16 shots, so. And low assist numbers for him. I think he had 3 assists tonight, which we did a pretty good job on him, and it was a team effort. Peter was the primary defender for the most part, either him or Kirby. But I thought we did a great job just trying to throw the cavalry after him. Same thing with Simmons inside. Antoine, he didn't practice all week. I didn't know if he was going to play, quite honestly, until probably a couple hours before the game. He was battling an injury, and he did it, man. And we needed him out there because Simmons is an absolute beast down low. We held him to 12 points. And again, took a team effort. But I thought our defense is really getting better. It's heading in the right direction. We held them to 74 points. They're a very good team on offense. Bowles does a great job putting his team in positions to be successful. Scored 90. We got to get these turnovers just a hair down. I know you're going to look at it and say, hey, we only had 9 turnovers. I'd like to get that thing to about 7 or 6, and we'll start scoring about 100. And but that's still room for improvement. But I think our defense is trending in the right direction here late, which I've been really, really focused on. But definitely got to continue to take care of that ball on that offensive end. So proud of our group. Be next game up. But again, just want to give another special shout out to our students. So students were phenomenal, man. We need you with our, I don't know how many home games we have left, 2 or 3, two home games left. So we need you to continue to show out for us.
This has been growing for quite a while, but when you have a night like this and the crowd's here and the TV's there and you're the only unbeaten team, all that stuff together, is there a moment that you allow yourself to think just how surreal and how great this all is turning out to be?
Yeah. Listen, I'm at a great place. Miami is I knew this 3 years ago when I took the job. It had so much upside. Miami in general, man. Like the campus is the best campus in all of America. It really is. I mean, it's like Disney World around here. You don't have bad days, right? So I knew this could be done. Now we had to get everything pulling in the same direction, right? From the board, President Crawford, David Saylor, myself, which everything is aligned very, very, very well. And when that happens, when you get like-minded people all pulling in the same direction, these types of things can happen. It can happen anywhere in college basketball or college football or whatever sport it is. And but it's been a lot of fun, man. There's nothing better than they say than building your own house, even though we're building Amanda and I are building a house right now, and it can be frustrating at times as well. But I got a great builder. We got a great builder who stays on top of it. But like, it's been so enjoyable to build it and build it with the people that I've been able to build it with here at Miami. And just, it's cool. It is. I mean, it makes me really, really proud, man. It really does.
Kind of on that same line, while you talk about next game, but you make sure that you want your kids to kind of enjoy the moment, right? And
absolutely.
Some coaches wouldn't do that, or they tighten up. Why is that? How can you balance that?
Well, I think. Listen, like everybody wants to take fun out of stuff. You only live life once, and we got a great group. and they're doing extraordinary things. And we want to have fun. Again, I think when you have fun and you do it for others, you don't feel the pressure. You know, I said this in the media the other day. So we were at Marshall. Marshall had a heck of a crowd, sold out, whole deal, and I didn't know one of our family friends was there, and he's a Marshall, I guess, season ticket holder. I didn't even know, and he said, "Man, I couldn't believe how loose our group was." He said, "I figured you guys would be tight." You know, he told my father-in-law, and it's because we have fun. If you come to practice, we have fun, and that's how you get better. When you stop having fun, and you're not excited to go to practice, you're not excited to lift, you're not excited to watch film, then all of a sudden you're just going to flatline. Our group has fun, man. So I don't want to ever take that away from our guys. But it is always the next thing, but enjoy it at the same time. You know, I think there's a balance with that. Yeah.
Were you like that maybe 3 years ago when you had this team and nothing happened or happened yet?
Yeah. My first year tested me in a lot of ways. But we got better. I give our staff all the credit in the world year one. Rob Summers, who's now the head coach at Cleveland State, is doing a great job up there in year one already. Jonathan Holmes, Carl Richburg, Elijah Pennington, Christian Smith, all those guys are still here, by the way, right? So we've had to build. People talk about retention of players, right? We've had a retention of staff too. Those guys got me through year one and kept me positive and kept me going, and that's why we went on our run late in the year. Like we qualified for the MAC tournament at the very end. Took it all the way to the last game, and I think we won about 4 or 5 in a row in that stretch. And where a lot of people have probably given up on our team, our guys never stopped having fun, and it just kept us going, especially late in the year because it is a marathon.
Coach, when you're sitting aside before the game starts, 55 minutes to go before you tip off, what goes through your mind during that time?
Yeah, I think obviously you see the crowd, man. It's just like, man, the support that we're getting is just appreciate it. It's awesome. It's awesome. I'm giving our guys a great experience. Hopefully we're giving the current students, and I've been told by several students that they're so excited and appreciative of our team as well, man. Just the Miami community is so tight-knit, and we support each other, and that love and honor is very, very real, right? We make it come to life here at Miami. But I'm also trying to see kind of like, hey, listen, how focused are we? Are we ready? Trying to make sure our guys are ready for war because we knew we were going to get Ohio's best shot. And we knew that they were going to fight. So I always try to just gauge a little bit. I like to have a little temperature check. Where are our guys at mindset-wise? And I felt pretty good about our guys watching them warm up.
Obviously, you have to learn how to win games in different ways, Travis, come March. Do you think you guys are approaching that like this evening? You had a 9-point lead, then you make it 13, then you increase it. How significant is that as you guys move forward?
Yeah, we've won a lot of different ways, to your point. We've been down by 5 with 2 minutes. We've been up by 10 with 2 minutes and lost the lead, and then went to overtime and had to hit some big shots, and we've won big as well. I do think it's going to serve us really well moving into March, right? Because we've been in every situation, and our guys have the ultimate belief, which is so powerful, that we're going to win every game, and they can execute in those moments. But I do think, and it's like I told our guys, if our defense could take the next step, which I think it has over the last 4 games, you're going to start seeing us, the spurt ability that we have, the runs that we can go on are going to be massive.
And what did you like about the defense tonight specifically?
Listen, Paveletzky he's a challenge. I mean, he's a first-team all-conference guard in the MAC, and Jeff Bowles does a great job putting him in positions to where he can attack and play make. And I mean, he scored 22, but he took 16 shots to get to 22. That's a lot of shots, and he only had 3 assists. So I thought we did a good job on him. I think our defense is getting tighter. We're not giving up as many layups or uncontested threes. It's like, I think we've had that identity on the offensive end the entire year, right? But if we can get that identity on the defensive end, that's when things are really going to start trending right for us. But I do think there's an art to it here at the mid-major level specifically. We got to peak at the right time in March, and I think we're heading that direction, though, for sure.
As this run continues, it's now 25 in a row. I know sometimes you put the numbers to the side and just focus on the next game. But 25 in a row, obviously national attention is increasing. What has it been like for you just to juggle all these on ESPN, on CBS, on everybody wants a piece of your time. How are you managing all of that pressure?
Yeah, I've told our group, all of a sudden it's like people start pulling you a million different directions, right? And from friends, even people that just they love you, right? And they're just gonna send you a text or all sorts of different people start pulling you different directions. And it's like, can we keep the main thing the main thing? Like our preparation doesn't change. My day to day doesn't change at all. Now, listen, I have to do my job, right? And it's my job is to continue to help gain this attention for this beautiful university that we're at, right? So like if I can get if we have an interview with whatever it is, ESPN, CBS, great. I mean, that's great for our university. It's great for our men's basketball program. But it's all about the players. It's less, it is less about me and it's about our great players that we have. It really is. But our guys stay so focused. They don't let it bother them at all. There's no change. Like sometimes you'll see it like a dip. Some teams, they have those dips like after they've won games. Our group's so mature. I told Ian Elmer this tonight. He picked up, he was in foul trouble the whole night, but he had 4 fouls. And, 2 years ago, he would have really struggled going back in the game. He'd had a hard time, but we're a mature group. We've been together, right, for not just 1 year, for multiple years, and we know each other. We love each other. We can have those honest conversations with each other without somebody being sensitive, right? So we got a really mature group that just stays focused and embraces the process.
A lot of good things that are being said about the team. And when you hear a lot of people talk, usually it's not so much about individual players. It's kind of about the team in general, which is a testament to them. One of the things I know I heard recently was a compliment about the ball movement. Really, that's kind of a combination of system and the players you got, isn't it?
It is. I think our system for sure, our spacing, our pace, our randomness promotes that, right? Our go-to guy for us is always going to be the open guy. I've said that before. And I like open shots and I like layups, right? And I like free throws. Brant Byers got a lot of free throws tonight. Drew a lot of fouls. So proud of his development, man. He's worked his tail off. But we got a lot of good players. But we have a lot of high IQ guys. But in this landscape, our guys don't collect stats. Because I think that is happening across college athletics, right? Not just basketball, all sports, right? Our guys play for one another. They want to get a great shot for Miami. And I know I've said this one before, but Peter, I think he had 37 against Buffalo here. And I don't want to give you guys wrong information, but I think he had roughly around 10 at Buffalo the second time we played him. You couldn't tell the difference whether Pete scored 37 or 10. He didn't care. He was playing to win, which is refreshing. Right? He puts winning, all of our guys do, put winning first, which is why we're a good team.
Coach, early in the first half, Antoine Woolfolk got in some foul trouble, and then Almar Atlason stepped up in a big way, I thought, in the first half. And doing it in a lot of different ways than just shooting the three. What does he I know he's been kind of in a slump. Does this game, you think, do a lot to build confidence for him and a lot of the other guys?
Yeah, I think, Almar is an absolute mismatch. He's a nightmare. He's that guy that keeps you up as an opposing coach. If I was watching him, I'd be like, man, how are we guarding him? Are we going to switch him? Are we going to hedge him? Because you can't drop coverage, right? Because he's just going to get a million threes. But he knows this. I value him not just for his shooting. He can post like he did tonight, got a little on him, and he took him right down. Barkley did. We call it a Barkley little back down dribble, got right to his shot. He can rebound. He had some traffic rebounds I thought which were great. Had some really good wall ups. There's a million ways to impact the game. And he has such a high IQ. And he was extremely well coached before he came here with Brian Wardle at Bradley. And I think that shows with how he plays. And we knew that when we were getting him. So he's a really good player.
There's a point in the game early in the second half where for you guys, Elmer and Woolfolk were both in foul trouble, but also you had Hadaway and Kelly in foul trouble a little bit, and you guys completely flipped that in your favor. You're able to keep both your guys on the floor and get them out of the game. What did you guys kind of do to make sure those guys couldn't get on the floor, and how do you think that affected the late stages of the game?
Yeah, I think, obviously we were in foul trouble. They were in foul trouble. I think Hadaway had 3 at half. I believe, if I remember correctly, maybe Simmons had 2 at half. Got him a couple early ones there in the second half. Got Hadaway. He's a great kid. I love that guy. He's just a live wire, man. He said, Coach, you going to try to get me my 4th foul here on this first possession? I said, yeah, we actually are. I said, how'd you know the game plan? I was just joking around with him. He's an awesome dude, man. Love him. But we were able to get, go at those guys a little bit. Antoine, I told him going into the second half, because he had 3 at half. And I started him in the second half. I said, you got to continue to play hard. You can't all of a sudden stop guarding and try to avoid foul, or else someone's going to sit you. But I thought we were trying to trap Simmons to help him, so where he wasn't going to pick up an early 4th foul. Ian, obviously, he got his 3rd foul there at the beginning of the second half. And again, we're always going to play. I play guys with 2 fouls. So Antoine had 3 in the first half. So this will be a topic of discussion. Say, well, why are you playing a guy with 2 fouls in the first half? Because what you do is you lose your rhythm as a player if you've ever played. I'm not gonna foul you out myself, right? Like, that's silly. And I told Antoine, I said, you got to figure out how to play with 2, that trust factor, right? But, like, at the same time, I know Antoine won't be as good in the second half. He just sits the whole first half. There's no way to get any rhythm, right? So we play guys with 2, and we'll take that risk and try to figure it out as best as we can.
Can you just go through this game and take us through the emotion of it? Obviously a rivalry game, but then to pull away in the second half like you guys did.
Yeah, I mean, with the building this full, obviously emotions were going to be pretty high. We knew we were also the better team, and if we just did our jobs, we would pull away. Even though we didn't in the first half, we knew that fate would kind of happen, and that's kind of what happened.
And I know you guys are kind of getting used to it now, but to come out of the locker room and keep seeing all these crowds of students, everybody, I mean, what is that feeling like for you guys as a team?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a lot different than even 2 years ago, my first year here. To see the amount of people there even before our warm-up start is insane, because we weren't even getting that amount of people to our games. So yeah, we're grateful for it for sure.
You guys did a really terrific job on the boards tonight, winning at 38-29, and also it seemed like the defensive intensity was there tonight. Can you address those 2 aspects of the game?
We knew that they're going to rely heavily on getting to the rim or the mid-range. So we know with that, then the rebounds are probably going to be short. I mean, threes mean long rebounds. They take a lot of 2s. So you're just trying to pack the paint, hit our man, and I'd say we did it pretty well tonight.
You guys have played a fair amount of games this year where kind of an 8 to 14 point halftime lead has shrunk pretty quickly in the first couple minutes coming out of halftime. So just what was the message, and what did you guys want to do coming out of the break to make sure you kept the lead?
Yeah, I think we had an 8-point lead tonight. We knew that it wasn't where we wanted it. Sometimes we have it at like you said, a 15, 16-point lead. We get a little bit comfortable. So I'd say tonight we weren't comfortable, because we knew that, I mean, they hit 2 threes and it's a 2-point game. So we had to come out and take care of business early.
Brant, how about the way that Travis, he wants you to take one game at a time, but yet he wants you to enjoy the ride, and kind of, I don't know what that enables you to do, or what some coaches might not do the second part of it.
Yeah, I mean, it allows us to enjoy the ride. I know that not all places are like that, but he keeps us focused without overdoing it, I could say. So yeah, it makes it a lot of fun.
You drew 11 fouls today. You're 13 for 16 from the line. How have you improved on that aspect of your game, drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line and making your free throws?
I don't really know. I can't say it's something that's like the main focus of my game. It kind of just came tonight, and once I knew that I could get to that spot and get fouled, I kind of just kept going back to it. But yeah, I'd say they have to run me off the line, obviously, which creates driving angles.
Brant, I don't know if anybody's asked you this, but do you guys have a motto? Like, what's your guys' motto this season?
Coach Steele has a million of them. But if I'm going to get laughed at for this because I pick it often, but one that he's using since I've been here day one is that victory favors the aggressor. He's just telling us in the locker room how he felt that we were the aggressor tonight. And I could say that shows the rebound battle, the just different toughness plays that we had tonight.
Brant, has he changed from when you first came here, Travis? Before, you guys hadn't proved yourself really, and coming off not very good basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he was harder on you guys or just how he's changed.
Maybe a little bit, but I could also say that our teams were a lot more deserving of that 2-3 years ago. We have pretty good player leadership, and with players coming back and stuff, like we know what he wants. So it allows him to be not more lenient, but I'd say, yeah.
As the national profile of this program grows and the conversation grows and the possibilities grow, is it something within the team that you guys enjoy, you ignore, you try not to focus on, or is it just something that you really think about a lot?
I mean, I'd be lying if I said that we all didn't think about it. Obviously, seeing that number 23 next to our name is something that probably none of us expected to have when we first came here. But at the same time, we know that if we don't take it one day at a time, if we have one bad game, most likely it's gone. So we've just been trying to focus on winning every day, and then with that comes winning each game.
You guys obviously really prolific offense. Start this game really hot and then cooled off after that first timeout. Can you talk a little bit about your resilience to kind of overcome cold stretches like that?
Yeah, I'd say that we just kept doing mainly the same things that we were doing at the beginning of the game. And Coach Steele, he preaches that same confidence. Another motto of his is that water will always find its level. And he's preached that since day one as well. So it's kind of ingrained in our head. And I could say that definitely plays a big role in it.
What has the collective mindset been of the team since Kansas lost? I guess it was Monday night, and you guys had 3 days to think about being the only unbeaten in college basketball. What was your mindset as a team?
I can't say it changed a whole lot. Obviously, being the first or the only unbeaten team is pretty insane. We were all tuned into that game, obviously. But yeah, I can't say that one game changed our mindset a whole lot. It's still just trying to win each game.